So you got innate magic. You know you do. And it's starting to come online. I want to tell you that your innate magic and how it comes online is not going to come online like anyone else's. This is how we get led into conditionings and taught things that are of conditionings even more, past what we know innately from our internal intuitive blueprint and guidance system that flows within our DNA. You're going to experience some things that you've never experienced before. I just had the thought that, oh, well, they didn't. There's going to be instances where you're like, in life, I need help. Somebody help me, screaming for infinite beings external from you to help you. And you want them to help you a certain way, but you're the only person that can do that. When you're experiencing things where you're screaming, I need help, and no one's helping, there is someone helping. You just have to and get to pivot on how you think of no one, because you are someone. Innately, you're that person to help. And yes, we do have parents and we have friends and da 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 da. And I've experienced in this life when my magic came online, these people think they're innately effing crazy. To where I've been told that I need to put myself in a mental hospital, but they're asking about remote viewing like that's some shit that's fucking normal. Or so many instances. The last magical infinite being that I met shunned me because they shun themselves. And I experienced this a lot within the spiritual community, within all the conditionings and all the communities that inquire and entail in them that are unautonomous. So just because you can look it up on Google doesn't mean that it's going to show up like that for you. And that's not to discourage the master teacher guru you're listening to, because you are your own teacher student guru. You are literally your own student, teacher, which you can see, and you can do everything. So I'm just here to spark that radiance, man. I've had friends, I've had energy come online, and I'm talking to people, and they are so magical, and oh, I'm psychic, this, that, and the other. And when I tell them about my experience, they completely shut down. Innately, they're supposed to, and then they're not. Because my thing is, so the other day I had a conversation with an infinite being, and their form of conditioning is doing these cute little pet names. I love you so much, I'm proud of you with your cute little stanky ass, is what they said. And that's a form of conditioning, and I had to let them know that I don't stink, and it's not okay that you just called me that. And this person has refused to talk to me for days, and that's okay. And that's what I mean by it could, etc. If you don't understand something, that's okay. And if you are willing to introspect and integrate like I am, I would have been rubber banded with that person, but instead of being rubber banded with that person, which think of rubber band and how it snaps in place, and they can pop, but I can get slingshotted. And with a slingshot, you can stay in that same place until you choose to trajectory yourself away from these energies. For me, I know it was my innate magic, and I looked to someone who had been in their spiritual journey already, who has children, who should have been able to guide me, and they shunned themselves and treated me like shit. And I didn't need to experience that. No infinite being needs to experience the hurt, pain, etc. But the experiences help us grow. It's amplified my gentle strength. To now, when I experience things, I tap in with that innate internal intuitive blueprint and guidance system. Because for me, I now have learned and nourished me to remembering that I am someone, and innately I am the only infinite being here that can understand anything that I'm actually saying on a cellular level. I've had conversations with infinite beings, and we're so great with this niceness that we will be like having a whole conversation, don't give a fuck. Don't give a freckle what this person's talking about, but you're so masked up that you're up here acting like you do. And I have no moments for that. And I can see those energies when they appear because we've been taught this. And so I've been shunned in the magical community, in a community with my beautiful brown skin where they call themselves this color that I am not. So I no longer align with these unautonomous communities. So I just want to let you know that your magic's going to come online completely different than anything you've ever experienced. And everything, even if you've been taught some things about some ancestors and some stuff with your lineage, you should probably clear that out and create it for yourself. Ask those ancestors, are you of my innate internal intuitive essence? Are you of the infinite creators that created us all? Because gods and deities are something different. They are not the energy that made us in this space. But they're just like our brothers and sisters. And they are the ones who play an energy. And until you tap in with your innate internal intuitive blueprint and guidance system, you're going to be following along to the misinformation. And the misinformation leads us exactly where we needed to be. So if you're in that, that's okay. I've been in that. But this last 2 seasons, and I still have about 150 days in this next season, my New Year's in April. I've learned so much about my psychic gifts and the misinformation of the conditionings in this space. And we all need them. And then yet we don't need them. We need to shed them. And so there's infinite beings like me all around. Multifaceted, multidimensional, eternally limitless souls full of innate magic, creativity and abundance that's having this human experience. They know it. They're not in any type of separation, and it takes a lot. And you can see the conditionings when you start to shed them. And there is nothing unbalanced about an infinite being who wants to be in their conditionings. I'm just saying that you get to expand past the parenting and the conditionings to something that's nourishing, where your gentle strength helps you thrive. Because do you want to live exactly like your mother? And the infinite beings who say yes to that question, I'm just like, what kind of cognitive dissonance are you seeing to where you want to live exactly like your parents? To not be who you were innately, because you were never a smaller, less important version of them. And when you look up the definition, that's like the third or fourth one down. You were never a smaller, less important version of the originator. You were your own infinite being. You should have been raised as such or trained. And not even, that's the thing, you should have been nourished in your innateness. And I get to do this for my lineage. I'm psychic. I'm magical, which is a micro title. I don't even claim it at this point because I'm an infinite being. This title is more expansive than any pronouns any external infinite being can give me. So my pronouns and my given title are infinite being, infinite being. So thank you for existing and creating space for the reality that you want to live. This is me creating space for this expansive, nourishing lineage of generational abundance makers where I thrive. Keep thriving.